No one is coming to save you. Not tomorrow, not next week, not ever. Let go of the fantasy. There's no savior, no shortcut, no miracle moment where everything magically gets easier. This is life, and life doesn't slow down when you're tired. It doesn't take a break when you're broken. It doesn't care if you're screaming on the inside. The world keeps moving, with or without you. So here's the cold truth. If you're not getting stronger, you're getting left behind. Because weakness, it doesn't just hurt, it costs. It costs you time, time you'll never get back. It costs you self-respect, looking in the mirror and knowing you back down. It costs you your future, the one you talk about but never touch, because you didn't have the guts to fight for it. Let me be clear. No one cares how hard it was. They care if you made it. They care if you rose when it made more sense to quit. And that's not cruelty, that's reality. This world, it doesn't hand out sympathy. It rewards those who rise anyway. So stop waiting for life to be fair. Fairness is a bedtime story. The real world is a battlefield, and soft men get crushed. You want something? Build the strength to earn it. Because the alternative is staying stuck, staying fragile, staying average, and watching everything you dreamed of slip away into the hands of someone stronger. Weakness will rob you of everything. Weakness isn't a feeling. It's not something that shows up and says, "Hey, mind if I ruin your life today?" No, it doesn't ask. It invades. It slips in quietly, through the cracks in your mindset, through the tiny excuses you tell yourself, through that one skipped workout, that one lie you fed yourself about resting, that one moment you said, "I'll do it tomorrow." And then it grows like a disease, spreading silently, eating your edge, crushing your confidence, turning that lion inside you into a house cat. Because weakness is patient. It waits. It feeds on comfort. It hides in convenience. It's disguised as self-care, but what it's really doing is robbing you blind. It's stealing your discipline, your fire, your purpose. And worst of all, it convinces you that this version of yourself, this watered-down, low-energy, lazy version, is normal, that it's just who you are now. No, that's not who you are. That's who you settled into. That's what happens when you stop fighting. And every time you take the easy route, every time you skip the hard thing, every time you press snooze on your potential, you pay a price. You don't just lose a day, you lose a piece of your identity. And those pieces, they don't come back on their own. You have to fight tooth and nail to reclaim them. Listen to me. You want to be strong? You want to win? You want to be the kind of man people feel when he walks in the room? Then you need to kill weakness before it kills you, because it will. It will destroy your goals, destroy your relationships, destroy your ambition, and worst of all, it'll destroy your belief. And once your belief is gone, it's game over, because nothing kills a man faster than thinking he's already lost. So what do? You fight back. You lace up, you lock in, you punch back with discipline, you swing back with consistency, you roar back with action every single day, whether you feel like it or not. Because strength isn't built on motivation, it's built on repetition. Real men do it anyway. Even if you're tired, still show up. If you're alone, show up anyway. If you're scared, don't back down, show up. No matter what you're feeling, just keep showing up. Because weakness doesn't care about your excuses, and neither does the world. You either win or you learn to live with the pain of what could have been. And here's the truth. You were born with something powerful inside of you. You were born to dominate, not drift. You were born to rise, not retreat. You were born to lead, not follow. But that version of you, that unbreakable version, he's not coming out while you're lying in bed. He's not showing up while you scroll on your phone. He's not surfacing while you wait for life to get easier. He only appears when you suffer with purpose, when you embrace the hard road, when you wake up and say, no more excuses, no more laziness, no more weakness in my system. Because weakness is an infection, and you kill it with fire. You want to rise? Then suffer with discipline. Get up earlier, train harder, think clearer, move with aggression, act with intention. The man you dream of becoming isn't found in comfort. He's buried in the pain you've been avoiding. And until you're ready to dig him out, you'll keep living life on repeat. Waking up, drifting through your day, wondering why you feel empty. Let me tell you why. Because you know you're capable of more, and nothing eats at a man's soul like unlived potential. So here's your choice. Keep giving in to weakness and rot slowly, or stand up, dig deep, burn every excuse in your body and fight like hell. Because the world doesn't need more soft men. It doesn't need more talkers. It doesn't need more someday warriors. It needs you, at full force, at full discipline, at full war mode, the kind of man who walks into battle and doesn't blink, the kind of man who chokes out weakness and doesn't apologize for it. So from this moment forward, make a decision. Be the man who fights. Be the man who finishes. Be the man who wins, because he refuses to quit. Weakness will come, it always does. But this time you're ready. You're coming too, stronger, sharper, unstoppable. The world doesn't pause for your pain. You're wounded, exhausted, mentally burnt out, physically drained, emotionally bruised. And yet life doesn't care. The world won't stop because you're struggling. It won't hand you a tissue or offer you time to recover. You won't get a gold medal for surviving. You either move or get left behind. That's the harsh truth most people aren't man enough to swallow. But you didn't come here for comfort. You came here for the truth. So here it is. You can cry, complain, or conquer. But you only get to choose one. The world is cold. It rewards results, not intentions, not stories, not your feelings. And I get it, you're hurting, but pain isn't a stop sign. It's a signal. Time to grow, time to rise, time to go harder. You think the champions you admire never had breakdowns? They did. You think the beasts you watch on the field, in the ring, on the stage, never doubted themselves? They did, but they didn't stay there. They moved forward anyway. That's the mindset, that's the code, because at some point you've got to stop asking the world to understand your pain and start making it respect your persistence. You either take control of your story or the story writes you off. Every day you wait for life to get easier. You're getting softer. Every day you sit in your feelings, you're losing your fire. Every day you hold back, someone else takes what could have been yours. Nobody's coming to push you. Nobody's going to drag you to your potential. It's on you. Always has been, always will be. So yeah, maybe you're broken, but broken bones heal stronger. Maybe you're tired, then learn to fight tired. Maybe you're doubting yourself. Then outwork the doubt until your belief catches up. You've got a choice. Stay in your misery, or turn that misery into muscle. Stay in the mud, or crawl forward until you're back on your feet. Keep whining, or wake up and remind the world who the hell you are. You want masculinity? It's not about talking tough, it's about standing tall when everything in you wants to lie down. It's about showing up when no one's watching, grinding when the results are invisible, pushing when nothing's promised, and still having the guts to say, I'm not done. This is how legends are made, not through comfort, not through sympathy, through war. So let life hit you, let it knock the wind out of you, let it bruise your soul, and then look it in the eye and say, you picked the wrong man to break. Because you are not built to bend. You are not wired to quit. You are forged in the fire, and fire doesn't apologize, so get back up. Even if it's slow, even if it hurts, even if your legs shake, your hands bleed, and your mind begs you to stop, get up again and again and again until you become undeniable, until pain becomes power, until weakness has no place left to hide. The world doesn't pause for your pain. It's moving, fast, ruthless, unforgiving. So what are you gonna do? Let it pass you by or catch up and overtake it? Because men like you, real men, don't wait to feel ready. They move, they build, they rise, even when it hurts. Now go, bleed, sweat, fight, but don't you dare slow down. Because the world won't wait, and neither should you. Pain is the price for power. You want to be strong? Not just look strong, not just sound strong. I mean actually be strong, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Then you better get this through your head. Strength is earned in pain, not given, not gifted, not granted. It's forged with blood, sweat, and grit. There is no shortcut. There is no comfort zone. There is no hack. The price for true power is pain. And if you can't pay that price, you don't deserve the reward. Let me be clear. You don't get stronger by doing what's easy. You don't build muscle by lifting what's light. You don't develop discipline by sleeping in. And you don't find greatness by taking the path of least resistance. You find it in the trenches, in the dark, in the hours nobody sees. When your body's screaming, your mind's breaking, and you still keep going. That's where strength is born. That's where champions are made. That's where average men break and savage men rise. Because here's the truth most people can't handle. Pain is your ally. It's your teacher. It's your test. It's the voice that asks, how bad do you want this? Most will run from it. They'll choose ease. They'll choose comfort. They'll choose mediocrity and call it self-care. But you're different. You felt what it's like to be powerless, to be overlooked, to be forgotten, to feel weak, not just in body but in spirit. And you made a decision. I will never feel like that again. So now when it burns, you keep pushing. When it hurts, you lean in. When it gets harder, you get harder. Because you've realized something that separates the lions from the sheep. Pain is the process. And if you can't endure the process, you'll never deserve the prize. You want power? Then suffer for it. You want strength? Then bleed for it. You want respect? Then earn it in the moments nobody claps for, in the work no one posts, in the battles you fight, alone, cold, tired, and unseen. Because it's in those moments that a man is made. Not in the highlight reel, not in the celebration, but in the suffering. That's where real power is born. Power over what? Not over other people, not over situations, over yourself, the hardest person you will ever face. The voice that says, you're not good enough. The part of you that wants to take the easy way out. That's the battle, and pain is your weapon. Every time you push through it, every time you ignore that soft, seductive whisper telling you to stop, you get stronger. Not just physically, you get mentally dangerous. You become a man who can't be shaken, who doesn't flinch under pressure, who doesn't fold under pain, who doesn't chase applause because he's too busy chasing greatness. That's the difference. The world is full of people who want to feel good. But this path, this life, this pursuit of power, it's not about feeling good, it's about feeling unstoppable. And that doesn't come from good vibes and easy days. It comes from grinding when it sucks. It comes from bleeding when no one's watching. It comes from sacrificing your comfort, because you know comfort is the cage that keeps most men weak. But you've broken out, and now you're different. So what happens next? You keep going. You wake up when you don't feel like it. You train when you're sore. You study when your mind's tired. You hustle when your body's heavy. You stack the suffering. You multiply the discomfort. You crave the burn. Because you know, every second of pain is building a version of you they can't touch. Not the doubters, not the haters, not the old version of you that gave up too soon. You're burying him. One rep, 1 mile, one painful step at a time. So don't run from the pain. Let it break you down so it can rebuild you stronger. Let it test you so you can prove to yourself just how far you've come. Let it hurt so you never forget why you started. Because when it's all said and done, pain is temporary, but power is forever. And you're not just chasing it, you're earning it every damn day. Strength is the only option. Look around you. You think the winners are always the smartest, always the most gifted, born with some unfair advantage. Think again. The ones who are winning, they've been through hell. They've been doubted, rejected, overlooked, and they didn't fold. They didn't beg. They built themselves because they had to. And now, so do you. You think you're going to get stronger by wishing, by waiting for the right time, by talking about your goals instead of grinding for them? No, strength doesn't come by accident. It comes by choice. And you have to make that choice every damn day. When you're tired, when you're hurting, when your body screams, quit, you choose to rise anyway. That's how strength is built. It's built in the early mornings when no one's watching. It's built in the reps no one counts. It's built in the sweat, the pain, the silence. When no one's clapping, no one's cheering, only you versus you. You build discipline, you build focus, you build grit, and you face the hardest truth of all. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to carry you to the top. This world respects power and punishes weakness. You want to sit and cry about how unfair life is? Go ahead. But don't be surprised when you get left behind. Because the real ones, they don't beg for mercy. They train for war. They get up when it hurts. They move through pain like it's fuel. They bleed and they smile through the blood. And they never, ever complain because they understand. Weakness costs too much. It costs your respect. It costs your potential. It costs your entire future. And they're not willing to pay that price. So what about you? You gonna keep waiting for motivation to show up? You gonna keep making excuses every time life punches you? Or are you going to rise? Get up. Not because you feel like it, not because someone told you to, but because you must. Because your future depends on it. Your family depends on it. You depend on it. There is no other option anymore. You either get strong or you get crushed. You either rise or get buried. And if you think you've got time to wait, let me remind you, the world won't pause for your pain. So stand up, straighten your spine, and fight. Because strength isn't optional. It's not a luxury. It's your only way forward. Listen, if this message hit you, it's for a reason. Weakness, it's not just a flaw, it's a liability. It steals your time, your dreams, your confidence, silently. So make the decision today to get stronger, physically, mentally, emotionally, because no one's coming to save you. You have to be the one who rises. You have to be the one who says, enough. The world isn't going to wait, and weakness, it'll cost you everything if you let it. If you're done letting weakness win, smash that like button, subscribe for more raw, real, and relentless motivation, and drop a comment with the keyword, get stronger, so I know you stayed with me till the very end. Let's build strength every single day. See you in the next one.